You gonna hit it?
Going. Yeah.
I
hit it. Yeah.
Welcome to the Tar and Feather Podcast. Here are your hosts, Mustached Vet and Ganglion Cortex.
Well, hello.
Salutations, sir.
How you doing, good sir?
I think that's the right word. Salutations. Yeah. Hey, man. I'm doing pretty good. I feel like I'm a little under the weather today. Like my throat is still messing me up. I got an appointment on Monday, but it's just taking all the energy right out of me. So I don't know what the deal is today. So trying to get with it. You know, I don't think I'm sick, but just trying to take care of the wife and the brand new baby.
I think part of that's just maybe the weather, right? Winter blues.
Oh yeah, it is colder. It's a little snowy today.
Coldy and cloudy.
Up here in the PA, in the Appalachian region.
I was recharging under the sun all day. It was beautiful.
That's awesome. Yeah, how was your day?
It was excellent. So we left pretty early. Went out to the mountains.
Yeah.
We cooked flatbread pizzas on the Coleman Grill.
Oh, nice.
The boys, and then flew the drone around. A little educational science experiment. Worked out well.
How was that sciencey?
Well, because we were gathering data, we're going to use it to make courses and stuff. Good program.
Oh, nice.
Flight paths and stuff.
Oh, cool. So, just for the drone, like flight path for the drone?
Yeah.
Nice.
Mr. Logan will draw out a path. We got these cones and stuff. It'll follow. We can make it follow cones and stuff.
Oh, cool. So you're programming the drone to do?
Yeah. Eventually,
do that to recognize the cones and to. Huh.
Yeah, you could do like a
awesome.
predetermined flight path and stuff.
Oh, cool.
So, and a whole bunch of other things I have no idea about. So it's all Logan. Honestly, I've only flown it once. He's flown it like 8 times.
Right.
So
I mean, it looks awesome. We should next episode. Let's get some drone footage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll splice
bring it out. Bring it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everybody wants to see drone footage.
And actually, cool. I have a picture. Yeah, a picture of what I was looking at all day. It was great.
Yeah.
That was
yeah. Tight. Is that from the drone?
No, that was from my camera. The drone's only 720p because it's an educational one.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, that's probably all you need for now.
It's pretty sweet.
Level up when you want. Just like everything else in life. Just as you go, you're like, oh man, they either come out with something better or you buy the cheaper model just because that's what you can afford. And then you just go, or you learn some new stuff and you're like, okay, I'm willing to expand. Let's do that. Like get a larger computer or whatever, gaming computers and
take on a bigger machine.
Motorcycle. Starting out with I started out with a 750 cc Honda Shadow, and now I've got a 1500. Harley.
Yeah, right. That's the way to go.
Right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Mm-hmm.
So you build up.
Just.
I mean, with everything, with expertise, with experience, and money, the world is your oyster.
It is right at your fingertip.
It's at your disposal.
It really is, right? Isn't that the whole essence of America? It's just tapping into that spirit is just untapped. It's untapped potential. It's whatever you want to create.
Yeah, it's whatever you can get your hands on.
Mm-hmm. Well, Brooke and I were thinking about that, and I was like, so you have the power company, and it's like, who decides they're the ones that produce power? Just 100 years ago, it was some people who were like, oh, we can fill this void and do it efficiently. Yeah. And so you can do something similar now. It's not predetermined. You can do something better, more efficient.
Right. And as things progress to solar power, or, I mean, if you've got a stream near your house, get a wheel, get a wheel
Who
out
knows?
there, and
There's all
that
kinds of
starts
power
powering
options.
stuff.
Hmm.
You know, I can turn on some lights at least. I know it's not going to power a stove or a refrigerator or your AC unit, but depending on how you want to live, man, that's where you
All
get
dependent.
shackled, and I guess that's
Yeah.
where you get shackled in life is, how many materialistic things. Yeah, I'm guilty
Do
of
you
it.
need?
Yeah, I have 2 motorcycles. We've got 2 vehicles plus my vehicle for work and everything. How
I
materialistic.
just think of them as tools,
Right,
implements,
right.
different things to use to become better and more efficient. So you'll want to make a wise investment in things like that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Don't cut yourself short.
It's all. Never do that
Because
I'm not short. I'm 6
well,
feet tall.
it's like the Sequoia. It's 23 years old. It's going around still. So it's not, you pay more for something that's going to last 20, 30 years versus something that'll last 10, 15 years.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. That Sequoia is a beast.
Well, yeah, it's just
Talking
like your
about-
RAM.
talking
Your RAM
about-
will go forever.
Hopefully, it's got a leak, but
I
as
think
long as I
that's
keep
just
filling it up, it's fine.
throw an egg in it.
It normally takes about, in between oil changes, I normally dump about half a gallon in it. So I just
Keeps
check
it
it every
fresh,
couple
keeps it
weeks.
lubricated.
It really does though. I really don't have to change the oil if you think about it. I just have to change the filters.
It's self-cleaning.
It really is. It just has a little, petcock right out the front cover gasket.
You could do an autofill system. Yeah.
Mm.
Just get like a bulk
Ooh.
tank in the back.
Mm-hmm.
You'd never be dealing with jugs again.
Yeah, just a drip system into the
Direct
oil
issue.
fill.
I like it.
Yeah, just drip, like once a day, like one drip. Yeah. All right. Well, let's segue into the topic of the day.
Purpose.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk about
Gen-
purpose today.
General purpose. General purpose.
I was doing that the other day around the house. I was like, that's a major. That's a major problem. Major problem.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I forget you can use major too. You can mix that in all day.
I guess you can use it for anything, really. Captain Obvious.
Oh yeah, I was getting on the airplane, coming from training in October or whatever, and someone said general. I was all doing it, and people were, one person laughed. They heard it.
Oh, that's good. They got the reference.
Because then one person repeated it again after, and I was like, oh, thank goodness.
Right. It's all good times.
Yeah,
Good times when somebody always gets your reference.
that's good. Yeah.
Which is about half the time, because I'm constantly talking about movie references. I'm one of those people that no matter the conversation, there's a movie that relates to it. So I've got to quote the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get a couple people who laugh. And normally it's Waterboy or Big Daddy or an Adam Sandler movie of some sorts that I'm quoting. And then they're like, sometimes it goes over their heads, and then you get the people that who are big Adam Sandler fans. They'll get it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Captain Insano shows no mercy. All right. Well, do you want to start it off with purpose? How do we want to? Because I essentially, purpose to me. Let's go with personal definitions.
Sure.
Purpose to me is what's. I guess we'll just go with what your personal mission statement. Really, how do you want to effectively be the person that you want to be, or at the end of your life, what do you want to leave? And that kind of goes along with legacy that we were going to talk about later too. But what's your purpose to get through life? Like what's your reason to exist?
True. Right. I would say that is something that has been ever evolving, and as of recently, really transforming and like, settling into place. So for younger listeners, I would say
Yeah.
that's something that's going to change probably over time. And so
Yeah, I mean, you can already see that it's not about, providing for the village or, your tight-knit community. We're still a community, but yet I'm not providing anything for my neighbor. I'm not, besides the little things like helping each other out with certain yard work or whatever. My neighbor lends me his yard tools every once in a while, and I trim some bushes and stuff. Or occasionally we mow each other's lawns when we get the chance. He'll mow my lawn, I'll mow his lawn whenever I'm out there and he's out there. So the lawns almost get cut almost every week. It's just a matter of who has the time to go out there at that time. But in this day and age, with everything moving as fast as it does, like, what then becomes your purpose for society? That's kind of, I think people really,
I would say
benefit.
not to forget is the scaling. Just like you have that connection with your neighbor, to share that with a stranger.
Right.
Don't lose sight of that.
Yeah, and I think doing stuff for other people really, really gives a person drive. Because doing it for yourself, that's people tend to be less accountable for themselves than to other people. So what are you doing for other people that gives you that drive? And you should do it for yourself. That is your purpose. All of that is your purpose. So you've got to be able, that'll help get you out of depression. And all of
service
that
to
drive
others is always a good get out of depression tool. Do
Yeah,
something for others, even though you're down in the dumps.
Yep. That'll help you get you out
definitely
of
give you a purpose out of nothing.
Yeah, that'll get you out of a decent sized rut if you're able to help somebody. Now, if you're the person that needs help, then I don't know. I've gotten help from you, from my brother, from my dad, numerous amounts of people when I've been not in the right mind state, or money wise, either financial trouble or, I'm just not having a good time mentally. I've had people that have helped lift me up, thankfully, and then that were able to help me up for a short period of time. And then I go with that. The ball's rolling now. The snowball is now going down the hill, right? And I'm just building momentum.
You just needed some help putting some snow pack together, right?
Right. And if you were to tell me I would have a house, a wife, a beautiful child when I was 25, that I was at 25. Most people have already started families. Some people have started families at 25. Now, for me, I'm starting a little later. I'm at 36. When did you start? You were 30? 29?
No, I was like 26.
26. Yeah, the boys are getting big.
Boys are almost,
I know.
And so that's an important point, is that it's not like a defined point. It's all cumulative and it all adds up. And so cannot get distracted by the starting flag when you're supposed to be preparing and supposed to be building something, right? So build the foundation, just work on yourself, and then be a gravitational force for someone else that'll fit with you.
Yeah. And I just felt like I was just spinning my wheels for ever since I got out of the Army. It all makes sense now. The stuff, the trials and tribulations that I had to go through in order to get to where I'm at now. Mm-hmm. I've been with my company for 6 years now, which is the longest tenure that I've ever been with any company. The Army was the longest, and that was 4 years. And then after that, it was just like I would work for a company for 2 or 3 years and then bounce. And I was trying to find my purpose. I was trying to find something that gave me that drive, that I wasn't completely miserable driving to work, you know? And now I've
agree.
I've found something that I have fun doing. It makes me think. I get to work with my hands. It's not always fun. Don't get me wrong.
Hey, it can't always be fun, right? Yeah, because in life it's all about averages, and so averages you have extremes that make up the average. So you have to go through, a hard day at work every once in a while. But
Yeah.
that's why on most days it's just you're doing, kind of the same old thing. You're just handling business, and
Right.
You're helping people out. People, they don't know what's going on with this thing.
Mhm.
It's not their job. So you come in,
Right.
handle it real quick, and then yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, because the customer usually doesn't know even how to start the machine, right? So
It's on
when
auto
they're
start and it's
telling-
not working.
Yep. So that's kind of the fun of it, is that when there's something broke, you don't really know what's going on, and most of the time, what the customer is describing is just either in left field or whatnot.
I
And
know
you
what you're
get there and you're chasing something else, if you just
I was gonna
calmly
say that
collect yourself.
sometimes
you
I have to
calmly collect
detach
yourself.
myself from that too, from the customer concern, and just go
Yep.
into it with my base knowledge and
Yep.
analyze it that way. Because you can get sidetracked. They'll be like, "It's this thing," and so you go full bore into it, and it's like an hour later, and you realize like that's absolutely not, and now you got to
Right.
start over again.
Yeah. They'll start looking at something else that was an issue a couple months back that got fixed or didn't get fixed, and so now you're working on that issue, but yet you haven't. You're just attacking a symptom instead of a problem.
So yeah, and tying that back to your a personal mission statement is having a plan going into these things, right?
Yep.
Having a personal mission statement and a personal life statement to keep you on task, so then you can realize, hey, this isn't where I want to be at. This is like the wrong direction. I already laid out certain things that I've been wanting to do, and so you
Yeah.
can fall back onto that. Writing it
Yeah,
out.
and like we were talking about getting in a rut with depression or your mindset, it goes with work too. You get in a rut, and that's what was happening to me. I was just constantly getting into ruts at work. I just felt like it's just
You're using a
just
lot of
felt
energy.
like I
You don't
didn't-
want to be misplaced, right? You want to be
Right.
solving problems that you really enjoy. I mean,
Right.
you were fixing and doing things, but it just wasn't rewarding.
Right. And it was like, I just lost the thought. Yeah. I had something there and it just left me.
That was my bad.
No, you're fine. So,
Doing the same old. So you did something pretty dramatic. You said, "Hey, I'm gonna move to a whole new city. I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna go do this training for an entirely different field." And it's
Right.
paid back dividends, right? Because now you have
Yeah.
a career, you have something that you can support your family, and knowledge that you're gonna have the rest of your life, and it translates
and
into
then-
other things.
Yeah, and I moved across the country with no money.
Hmm.
So, and then when I got to the East Coast, I was living in Baltimore. I had no money, and then I got my first paycheck. Right, I think I was negative $50 in the bank. I got my first paycheck, so I got like $1,500, $1,600, whatever it was. It was, and I deposited, and then the machine, the ATM, spit it back and said, you won't get this for another 3 weeks. So even though I had, I wasn't $50, I was still $50 in the negative at that point. But
Right.
I had money. I just couldn't access it
Oh
with
man.
that check.
Right.
Yeah. So then I had to, I called my dad and I was like, hey, can you
Explain the
loan me the money? I sent him a picture of the amount on the check. Loan me this amount and I'll send it right back to you as soon as it deposits. And so that's how I was able to get my first apartment when I was in
Yeah.
Baltimore. Or no. I was already in my first apartment. That's why I was in debt. That's why I was $50 in the hole because of my first apartment. Which was way too much money, but they were able to grant me next day move in without first and last month's rent.
Oh, that's pretty big.
Yeah, so all I had to do was pay. I didn't even have to pay the deposit because I was a veteran, so they were nice enough for that. But the rent was $1,400 a month
That's pretty steep.
for a 1-bedroom apartment. It was considered luxury, but I wouldn't say it's luxury. That it's not in a gated community. There was no pool, or at least pool access. Very few people, I think, went to the pool or was small or something like that. But anyways, it wasn't worth $1,400. So
Yeah, that's life in the city.
that's that. And then later on, my truck got repoed. As soon as I got out of that apartment complex, moved to a different part of town, cheaper part of town, where I was only paying, I think it was $1,000 a month for an apartment. And then the next month I was late on my truck payment, repo truck, and then I end up buying a little hoopty and getting back on my feet. So just takes time. Sometimes you fall flat on your face.
Sometimes you will trip up. That's definitely true.
But I will have to say, both times I could have just maybe asked my dad or asked somebody to be like, hey, move me back to Arizona or something. And I could have given up on this entirely and just struggled in Arizona for the next couple months and, figured it out a different way. Instead, I felt like I had to do something out here on my own.
Mm-hmm. It was worth it.
Yeah. I felt like I was getting too complacent in Tucson.
That's right.
I got so many friends, so it's really hard to see all of them, hang out with all of them. I love them all, but it's hard to stretch I had like 2 or 3 groups of people that I loved hanging out with. And it was just, I stopped focusing on myself. So as hard as it is to say, that was probably the reason why I kept moving away from Tucson. So, and here I'm
Tucson's
at.
kind of a small market though anyway, so it's hard to grow out because it's just a small market. So.
Yeah, unless you're in the military or national defense. Whether you work for Raytheon or
I would say it's a pretty
Davis
limited
Monthan.
economy.
Yeah, there's a couple companies out there. Yeah, definitely. So I mean, it's like I think I put in my notes: character building. Finding your purpose. Setting forth in that path that gives you that drive for yourself. And you can start it off with the path of helping others. That could be something that makes you happy about it or whatever. That could be the aftermath.
I don't have the stat, but they do say regularly volunteering.
That's
Extends your
huge.
Life, so.
Yeah. And I feel like it also changes things. You meet new people. You meet people of different walks of life.
You make connections.
Like we did in the Army, right? We met everybody from different walks of life. You and I
we were all volunteers.
Different. We grew up differently, right? Different households, different, financial structure, all that stuff. So I feel like, helping others, seeing different avenues, seeing different perspectives, that's huge. It gives you a little bit different perspective on life and how to go about things. So journey. People, everyone. I definitely think everyone should take journeys and go out of their comfort zones and definitely leave the geographical area that you may have been tied to, because the world's a huge place. Do not buy into the lie that it's full and overflowing and there's no room for people. It is ginormous. Yeah, I mean, you could probably even go places and volunteer for stuff there too.
So
instead of just sightseeing.
I had seen a stat and it said 98% of Arizona's population only covers 2% of the landmass.
Yeah.
So,
Believable.
yeah.
It's believable.
The world
Well,
is
I
at our
mean-
taking.
So I think I just saw there's a YouTube channel called it has something to do with maps, but every episode is like maps of the world from a different perspective, or maps that give you a different perspective. And it was showing like the population of the US. It said 90% of the people live at this line and over, and it was like the Mississippi River.
Yep.
And east is like 90% of the population, and then 10% is the rest. You know how wild that is? Still
Yeah.
to this day.
That's why I could
I
never live
know.
east of the Mississippi.
Yeah, it's a little packed over here.
It's a little
But
tight.
there are places. I mean, there's plenty of
The advantage
room
is
up
the
here
amount
in
of trees.
Pennsylvania. Yeah. I mean,
You got
I mean,
forests.
there's plenty of room here in Pennsylvania, but most of it's already taken up. Most of it's already bought. So right now, it's not like you can, buy land for cheap. So, of course, and
Just how it is
especially in
most
this
places
market,
now.
you're not going to be able to get a homestead for cheap, which is what I would love to do. But
I would say if anyone can, you just start with the land. If you already
Mm.
got something, just get some land next. Go that way.
right.
Build
Yep.
up.
Yep, that's the goal. It's the goal in life. Couple acres.
That is
Couple
definitely
acres.
the goal. Hopefully in a
Couple
year
acres,
or two.
couple
so we'll
horses,
see.
couple acres, couple horses. I'm
Mini
excited.
donkey, a mule.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the neighbors commented on, I think it was episode 1 or 2. We were talking about donkeys and how I should get a donkey. And then my neighbor came up to me and he asked me if I was really going to get a donkey. And I said, I don't think so. He's like, okay, good.
Maybe not in that yard. Yeah.
I was like, I want a rooster, I want a donkey, I want everything that's loud. I don't know why. Because I think I'm loud.
Well, they all serve purposes, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the
Donkey would,
rooster would wake me up.
Right.
The donkey would hee-haw because he wants to eat. So then I got to get up for it. Again, it goes back to purpose. I'm
Well,
now
the donkey would also like pull
serving the
things in your
donkey.
yard and stuff.
Yeah, I'm now serving the donkey. I'll be like, hey, I got to feed this donkey.
Your donkey
gotta
would be
give
your
him-
John Deere.
I
It would
got
be
to
all
give
green.
him the alfalfa.
Be your green your Greenpeace donkey. It uses no gas.
No gas.
All-
No gas,
no
all
gas.
ass. All ass.
Yeah. That
All
could be your
gas.
brand for it.
No gas, all slap a sticker on his butt.
Oh yeah, slap it.
A nice little bumper sticker on the butt of the donkey. We're going mule power.
We're going, yeah. Mule powers per hour.
Mule powers for hours. Yeah. Get that out of your mouth 5 times fast. Mule powers for hours.
No, thank you.
Oh boy. Yeah, and and also it's just like everything, trial and error. You get on a path and you mess up. You mess up, even if it is the right path. You mess up, and then you've got to then recalibrate yourself on how you can do it better, how you can stay on the course better, or how you can function better, think better, taking care of yourself better. Yeah, and then if it's not working, then of course try something new, try a different avenue. But you still gotta
Gotta stay
set forth a
grounded.
purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Find that personal mission statement and stick to it. Stick to that drive, because everyone's smart enough to succeed.
Everyone's
Right.
built with the same capabilities.
Right. For the most part. Yeah. 99% of people.
You're all given the
And
same
then-
opportunities.
But
of
everybody thinks that they're that 1% that's constantly getting beaten up by life. That's always getting kicked while they're down, right? Well, if you keep thinking that you're the one getting kicked, then yes, you're
That is
going to
definitely
keep getting
true.
kicked.
You have to remain in a positive mindset and flip it. You have to take the lessons from that and turn it into what can build you out of it, not let it consume you and make you smaller.
Right. And it eventually stops. The kicking stops.
You got to get up. You
It's
got to
just like-
stand up. You're right.
Well, just like in real life, if you're getting kicked by somebody, they're eventually going to get tired. Right?
Well, you can hope that, but or get up.
Yeah, but-
you know,
Yeah.
they don't
But-
get tired.
But they'll get tired of kicking. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Just
no.
let them keep doing it. Let's just let them keep doing it.
Either way, you're gonna make it through. That's the
Yes,
point.
you will. Yes, you will. Just drink water and Motrin, and you'll be fine.
Mhm. Well, that's the point. Is you have to think you'll be okay. Something will work out.
Yeah. Yeah.
The second you
Positive
doom
thinking.
yourself, you'll be
Yeah.
trapped into a box, and now you'll be in your mental prison, and you'll have decided you have failed, and you will. You have to want to succeed. You have to tell yourself you're going to succeed.
Yeah, and that's also affirming personal affirmations. Every morning, wake up and tell yourself that you're good enough. A lot of people get into ruts, like I was saying before, and they're the ones kicking themselves. For the most part, everybody's just kicking themselves.
There's been times where I'm
stop
like,
telling
I'm not
yourself-
going to the gym. It's not worth it. I'm gonna give up.
Right.
I've done enough, and then
Right.
it's like, what am I talking about? That's not normal. That's just temporary sanity. I don't know. Why
Yeah.
would I stop working out altogether? That doesn't make sense.
Right. Yeah, because
It's not going to happen.
I kind of get in ruts when I'm working out. I'm like, whether or not I see progress or not, I'm like, I still look flabby. Why? And I'm like, I've only been hitting it really hard for the last 3 weeks.
Sometimes,
Right.
hey, that's normal. I tell myself, I'll be like, what does this even mean? Why am I even doing this? Doing it for no one. I'm doing, I'm just like arguing myself for no reason. Like,
The funny
still
thing
gonna
is,
work
right
out.
now, I'm purposefully trying to gain some weight so that I can gain more muscle. I'm trying to do that this year. That is the goal. And right now, I'm looking at myself. I'm like, why am I so flabby? I'm not even flabby. I can still see my top 2 abs, so I can still see them.
just keep hitting the legs hard. That's all that
But
matters.
Exactly. You just gotta keep doing it. You have to keep that drive and that purpose. And
Part of that's the process, right?
get
That's
there.
the process to get where you want to go. Is you have to have a little bit of the pain to then have
right.
the step where you wanted to get to, right?
Right.
To decide that.
I think we covered just about every bullet point that I had on purpose. I mean, I know we were all over the place in some areas, and I mean, just in conclusion, I guess that's what we should do. Is in conclusion, find out where you want to be in life. What kind of person do you want to be? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind for your children, your family, your name? What do you want to leave? Spofford, what do you want to leave for your legacy?
You're gonna want to write it down. Start thinking.
And do it every day. Talk to yourself. Personal
That's true.
affirmations. And
Well,
that's
'cause
what I'm going to start doing, because I mean, this is off the dome piece right now when I just brought up personal affirmations. Something I need to do too.
Well, that's
They're
important
terrific.
because I had a pastor one time bring up that him and his family had a personal family mission statement, and they wrote it out and things that they wanted to live by, things, how they wanted to treat people, how they wanted to deal with certain situations. And it's important to have something you can kind of reference to and be grounded to and say, okay, these are important things that mean a lot, and I'm going to adhere to them because they make sense. So definitely.
Yeah, dude. Do we want to go to the Romans 5?
Oh yeah.
Do you have that? Do you have that up? Can we put that as a display?
I can. If you want to
Yeah, if you want to put that up.
If you want to go through memes, I will try and get that up on the screen.
All right. I'll do memes real quick. Meme time. Meme times. Meme time. So we already looked at your mountain picture. So we need like a song for the memeing, the farming. I guess we can't. We get copywritten.
Oh, yeah. Well, we could find something, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, we have people who make music. We can ask a few people. I'll see if my buddy see if anybody can drop some riffs for us, and we can upload them to the picture. All right, we've harvested some memes for y'all. I'm gonna go out in the field and pick them real quick. So,
thank you, Scotty.
The Dallas Cowboys have lost yet again, first round of the playoffs. So the Mexican word of the day is Dallas. That is Dallas last game the Cowboys are gonna play this year.
And I love that as a Packer fan.
Sucks to be there. Oh yeah, you guys dominated. You guys came out hot, 27-0 before the Cowboys scored before halftime. 27-0. I don't know if you were watching the game, but
I was watching most of it. It was on all day for sure.
Yeah, it was brutal. So they were pretty much out of it. The ending score 48-32 does not justify or does not do it justice the butt whooping that Green Bay put on Dallas. So
I know
48-32 wasn't even close.
It's not representative at all.
Dak Prescott had over 400 yards passing, but that's because he had to make up 4 touchdowns. So you're gonna pass for a lot of yards when you got to make up a lot of points. All right, this next one. Yeah, me trying to explain to people why the government sucks, or all the ways the government sucks. So
you can't do it in one sentence.
And complex. The government has put its dirty phalanges on everything.
It's a multifaceted issue that has transcended generations now.
Touches everything. So you're like, oh no, why don't we legalize weed, right? Let's go with that. Let's legalize weed. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but yet the government is going to regulate it to the point that only mostly big corporations are going to be on that money grab or whatever, what have you, or be able to control the market. And then they're going to control how much you can grow. And it's all going to be controlled down to the T.
Cluster.
And some people hearing this might like regulation and be like, oh, well, it's for the greater good or whatever. But that's not what I believe. I believe that you should be able to do your own thing. If you want to grow a plant, I don't personally, but if you want to grow a plant, go for it. That's my personal opinion. And you should be able to grow as much as you want and sell as much as you want. Kind of the morality of it, don't sell the kids, of course, but you know.
It's just like if I want to drink some fresh milk out of the cow, why can't I?
That would have been a better example.
It's a risk I can assume.
That would have been an easier example.
I'm allowed to assume risk mutually between me and you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't need government to be the arbitrator of safety for me to the most minute detail of my life. No, I have discernment.
And that's kind of what's ruined the whole like village infrastructure, is that the government is like, well, we'll do this for you. We'll regulate it to the point that you can't get this item in your community, or you have to go to a grocery store to get it, right? Or a liquor store to get it. You can't just go to your buddy's house that makes moonshine.
Can't just get nitroglycerin at the farmer's market anymore. Yeah,
why not? Why can't I get moonshine? Why can't I sell my moonshine out of my garage? Anyways,
I don't know, because you didn't pay for a sticker.
Land of the free my booty. All right, moving on. When someone says you shouldn't carry a gun, well, yeah, we've had one, yes, but what about second gun? I don't think that's the best meme that was created. I did not make this meme, but I mean, it's pretty funny if you take away the top line and someone asks you, are you armed? And then you're like, I've had first gun, yes. And what about second gun? Or you go into a...
I was going to comment, it's only been a couple times that I've had multiple handguns on me.
I mean, you got to have at least 3, right? You need the one on your wrist, of course, inside your sleeve.
Yeah.
Everybody's got that one.
Hey, they got that wallet gun now, which I really like. A little 22
Did you
gun.
See somebody had a phone case that looked like a gun, and I was like, oh man, that's an easy way of getting shot.
Yeah, I saw that. That was not Fuego. But I saw another one. It was the same size as that.
Fuego. No Fuego. I was like, you pull out your phone. You're like, officer, my insurance is on my phone.
Officer, let me show you my phone.
No, I swear to God, it's right here.
Paint an orange tip on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what was it? A blank adapter? Throw a blank adapter.
Put a little guy at the tip.
Oh man! All right, you're quiet. What's on your mind? Oh yeah, seed oils. I think you know more about seed oils than I do, so you might have to explain this name.
I almost filmed a little short about it because you say you're walking through. Let me get some all beef hot dogs. Let me get some of these Hebrew nationals. No, there's soy. There's soy in it. Look at the ingredient.
Right.
It's not just beef. And so, luckily now with inflation, they're the same price as the the all beef, the real all beef with like celery and no nitrates. And so you just get the real all beef hot dogs. And I'm like, wow, this tastes like a hot dog when I was a kid.
Right.
Because that's real food.
Right.
Versus these other items that have corn and soy added to them for whatever reasons.
I was going down a comment rabbit hole, and then I was on Facebook. I think I was going down a comment rabbit hole about how somebody said that everything that's in the market is poisoning us, essentially, slowly poisoning us. And then they're saying that everybody in government's in on it or whatever, what have you. But, and all these corporations, right? And I kid you not, this lady running for a district seat in whatever state she's in, Michigan. She's running for a district seat in Michigan. She goes, absolutely not. That is false news. Stop getting on Fox News and blah, blah, blah. I was like, you are the reason. You're the one running for office. You're the reason why.
Read any ingredient label and try and pronounce half the ingredients and tell me that I'm not under assault.
Of all people to jump in the thread, it had to be somebody running for a congressional seat. Had to. I don't know. Stop the cap right now. Stop the
Reichstag or whatever is misinformation when in fact they're the arbitrators of the false information.
Yeah, she's like, this is where I get them to stop talking about this.
So I came up with this. I came up with this
Facebook
equation,
the new 4chan
for food. If say you buy an item at the store, off the shelf, but you can't buy all the items to make that item in the same store, then it's probably not real. Right? Because you can't just go buy some propylene glycol 80 at the Fry's.
Right.
You're not going to be adding that at home. So use that as a baseline.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Try and separate Windex? Separate all the chemicals in the Windex?
I don't know where that comes from. But it is the main ingredient in antifreeze, so I don't want to. You just gotta,
you gotta boil your antifreeze to a point to where you can add it in order to make.
You gotta render it down now. Yeah, separate it
to make your sauce, to make whatever sauce that you want, so that it binds, something to that effect, or your food coloring or whatever. Yeah, you're separating the food coloring. I don't know.
No.
But yeah, so I was looking at Crystal's hot sauce, and they only have, I think, 3 ingredients. And I
See,
think
I
I
love
talked
hot
about this
sauces
in
for
the
that
last.
reason because it's just vinegar and peppers and some spices usually.
Well, some of them have that gum. It's to
Foreigner
bind
gum.
it. It's to make it a little thicker. So they do. Some of them do add that. So, and I don't know what that is.
Kind of like
I don't know if you
cornstarch,
can
maybe.
buy that. Yeah, I don't know if you can buy that on the shelf. But I'm sure it has a natural substitute. I mean, I think most things have a natural substitute. You just have to
think
look
that's just
for
from
it.
a plant. But so part of the problem
Yeah.
is, say like you have this item you're using, it's from a plant. It's been
Yeah.
bastardized by the extraction process, which is heavily refined, and they use other
Right.
chemicals in the process that then become picked up, and now it's in the food. So
Gross.
you don't want a
It's nasty.
processed olive oil. You want the expeller pressed olive oil. It's completely different items.
Right.
Food's very important,
Absolutely.
and you need to check all your labels and really concentrate on what you're eating. Don't get the grab and go breakfast sandwich from the gas station because it has horrendous ingredients in it. Look at the label.
Yes, Scott.
So,
Don't do it.
I've done
Don't
it
do
for
it,
a long
Scott.
time. I did it for a long time, and when I stopped, wow, you start to lean out a little.
Stop it. Yeah. Maybe this throat issue is
tough.
just because I'm eating garbage.
It's convenient, right? Convenience versus quality, I guess. So
Right.
a hack I found
Right.
is you can go to some grocery stores that serve breakfast, and they'll have like eggs and hash browns and sausage and stuff. So go to the deli.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The deli's
You
where
go-
it's at, for real.
Oh yeah.
For real. I mean, when I felt like I was my healthiest, when I was going to Universal Technical Institute, I was just buying sandwiches. That's all I was buying, was just sandwich fixins and sandwiches from the grocery store. That's all I was buying. I felt like I was pretty healthy at that moment. I was
I think
really
sandwiches are
lean.
great.
I was building some muscle, get my squat up, get my
You're always
deadlift
building
up.
muscle. I love it.
I hit 405 on the deadlift, like, within 2 weeks of eating sandwiches. It was sandwiches.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna add sandwiches back to my life. That's all I ate going through school.
You need
and stuff. Every single day I had a sandwich.
2 sandwiches a day and you'll get there. Plus salsa on the side and chips.
Yes, because someone once told me salsa from all the peppers and the tomatoes, it boosts your metabolism, and it's got all those, different minerals. It's power packed with spices and herbs.
Yeah. Plus salsa tastes great.
Salsa's life. You have to eat it every day.
Salsa is a life. I had some today. I had 2 slices of pizza and some salsa.
I forgot to
chips.
tell you. I sent your package out yesterday or last week, so it'll be there
tight.
tomorrow. So
Tight.
keep an eye out.
Okay. I still need to, for everybody who has made it this far in the video, comment stickers. We're not going to give you any other clues. Comment stickers down in the comment
Stickers.
section, Facebook,
Stickers.
Instagram. Just yell out the word stickers.
Please
Right?
like and
I'll
comment
send you
stickers.
I got stickers and magnets up the wazoo. I just haven't sent them out
Scott,
yet.
you're about to get a whole bunch more stickers and
Tight.
magnets.
Yeah, and also
They're
I'm
in the
going to talk
package.
to Corey. I kind of want to talk to you about getting like certain packages that we can put our stickers in that people know that it's coming from us instead of just envelopes.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
I
think
got
we
some-
can go
I got
on
some
Sticker
envelopes.
Mule. I think we can go on Sticker Mule and get some packages,
So
and
Scott,
then
I know.
I need a label. I need a label
I already-
maker too.
I have some bubble mailers already with a different
Ooh.
design on it,
Okay.
with Brooks design. So yeah, they look great if we ever want to do that.
Ooh, tight. All right, cool. Yeah, that's
I
that's
have-
what I really want to do. Plus, I want to get a label maker for shipping labels.
I do want to comment that I think is your shirt green?
Yeah, we're
It's
matching.
green. We did not plan that, so that's fun.
No, we didn't. I decided. I saw Pat McAfee because I watch his podcast every so often. He just had a baby girl like 6 months ago or so, and so this says "Girl Dad."
Nice. I love it.
So I saw it, and he was wearing the OD green color too. OD green is our favorite color. So, and that's the color that the new studio is going to get painted to. So I'm moving to the other side of the attic, and I'm going to paint that baby up.
Oh, I wish I was closer. I would help.
Dude, it'd be so cool if you were here to help me with it, because we could come up with some really gnarly ideas. So right now I've got the paint color in my head, and then I just gotta figure out what to do around. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about moving this chalkboard in there, so I still want to use the chalkboard.
I like it.
I like the chalkboard a lot, but I'm also gonna move. I think I'm gonna move the computer back another couple feet, and then maybe get it like. I like this. I like the mic though. That's kind of hard part. I like how this looks.
Around. You could try it.
Maybe I could just put the mic near me and not have it hooked up at all, and just have a different mic.
Scott, we have Romans 5.
Let's get to it.
It's a good one.
Yeah. It's the year that we give ourselves to the Lord, people.
That's right. Therefore, since we have been justified through faith, we have peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ, through whom we have gained access by faith into his grace, in which we now stand. And we boast in the hope of the glory of God. Not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance, character, and character, hope. And hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured out into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us. And so, seeing that and reading that goes back to what you said earlier, is just go out on a limb and help people. You know, spread what you want given to yourself.
Yeah, trials and tribulations, really. I mean, if you're having a tough go at it, just, keep your head up. Don't be ashamed that you failed or that you didn't quite succeed at that time. Maybe it's just not your time yet. So
I would say ask, what else can you do? What else?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you're just too focused on one thing, and branch it out a bit. That could be an option. I mean, there's plenty of options out there. We can talk all day about this, but yeah, essentially, yeah, don't be ashamed of how you're going about things, or I mean, just try and stay true to yourself, stay true to God, Jesus, everything. Just
everything else seems to line up after that.
Yeah, it really does. Once you let yourself, once you trust in Him, you end up just being a good person, I feel like.
So yeah, but like you're saying, if you let God worry about some of those ancillary worries and some of those things, work on yourself, and it'll come together. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's all gonna work out.
Yeah, He allows you to make things happen without cutting corners, and once you stop cutting corners on stuff, you start staying true to yourself.
That's when things really come together.
You see a corner. Normally, you got two straight lines that make a corner, right? Doesn't have to be a right angle. It could be acute or obtuse, right? Yeah, I'm smart. But there's two straight angles, so you're not. When you cut that corner, you're rounding it off. You're cheating yourself. Guess what? That corner is not going to be stable. That the edge isn't going to be as stable as it once was. Although people are going to argue with me saying, yeah, well, arches are more structurally sound than 90 degrees. Whatever. Physics, your face. Don't argue.
You're not there. Sorry.
Yeah, don't argue with me. Stay on top.
We're talking about foundational principles, not
yeah, you don't make your foundation out of a circle, do you? Yeah. There's a reason why Wendy's has square-shaped hamburgers. Get real.
And they use the solarium. What else do you need?
Yeah. I don't need anything else.
Well, I love it. All right.
Right on, dude. Well, that last I feel like people should just tune in for the last 15 minutes.
Should I hit the outro now?
Yes, do it. Bye.
Subscribe, comment, like, let us know what you want.
Hey, do all the things. Hey, comment. Talk to us. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.